Hey, what up? This is Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks again for checking out another one of my videos. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share while you are here. I'll greatly appreciate it. So I'm doing another reaction video of a video that I saw that actually was put out by the unsolicited security boss. Shouts out to her. Basically, it was just a little snippet. I guess that they had Auston Holleman join this this big panel that they had going on. And basically, there's some interesting things that happened on this panel. I really wanted to get into it because I wanted to at least voice my opinion about some of the questions that was asked on this panel. So one of the things I do want to go into is the fact of one of the questions that was asked near the end from one of the guys that was on there. But without further ado, let's jump into it right now. So here's the video. So let me go start this video for us.
It just makes it more difficult to me to like hold on to that family bond if everybody's taking their families to other countries, and obviously you can build a community there, but like, y'all know what I'm saying.
But
you know what, Kayla, you're right about that, but we got to be honest that women of today are not interested in that. They're not interested in that tradition.
So this is the person who actually released the video on her channel, and basically what she said, I actually agree with what she's saying. You know, the fact that a lot of the women nowadays, they're vocally saying that they don't want to get married in the States. Which is, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of men are saying that they don't want to get married neither because of the laws and things that's going on, and how they could get, you know, dragged through the courts with child support, divorce, and everything. I mean, I'm not sure why women are saying that they don't want to get married. I don't understand. Maybe because they're saying that they want to be independent, but I can see why men are not looking to get married.
So the men are saying they want that. And if they can find it, now this is me with my thoughts of it being their preference. If they can find it where in these other countries and they can marry a woman that really loves them and truly wants to be with them, I don't see anything wrong with that. But I do think that there's some kind of something that seeped in that's making it ugly. Because I just thought it was about being married. Because if it's not about being married, then why do it? Why, you know, like you said, why bother? You just, you know, you spending money on 304s. Why you don't need to do that? But
well, you know what? I do want to talk about that, about dealing with 304s, whether it be outside of the country or in the United States. One thing I'm going to say is that the 304s in the States, most of us who have been out of the country, we don't want to deal with those 304s in the States for several reasons. Number one, the 304s in the States, they want a lot of attention, a lot of money. They're looking for you to pay their bills, every single bill that they have, and it's like they're time consuming. As well as they don't bring nothing extra, as well as I'm not sure if you actually, these people seen the STD rates now with a lot of women here in the States. They have high STDs. So, you know, do you really want to mess with women here in the States, especially they've been, you know, thotting it up, doing what they're doing, you know, and spreading all these diseases? No, I'm good, because outside of the United States, a lot of these women don't have diseases as much as what's in, you know, the CDC has reported that's in the States.
I just think that if a black man is meeting another woman, that's still almost the same thing wherever they're living. They can still be a part of our culture if they decide to come back here or whatever. He's still producing black kids. So we can still live on in that way. But I just don't think American women right now are interested in that type of traditional life.
Yeah, and I want to add to that, a lot of brothers that actually go out there looking for a wife, I'm referencing a lot of black men, they are looking for other black women. That is the first main priority that they're looking for. They will go to Africa, they'll go to Dominican Republic, to Brazil, and they'll go after the Afro-Latinas, or just, you know, the African women in Africa, most of the melanated women. So a lot of times, you know, like the biggest thing is that, you know, they like to say, a lot of these passport bros, they like going after, you know, the whiter skin type of women or whatever. No, most of them are actually looking for other sisters. For me, my preference, it didn't matter. I don't care. You know, for me, I like whatever beautiful, whatever catches my eye. That's all that matters to me. But I know a lot of brothers, for them, they prefer a melanated woman.
And I think that's, you know, not all. I think there are some, but I think what they're seeing the majority of is just not that, and they just don't. They feel like it's not enough.
And I agree with security boss. It's like, it is traditional to make that adjustment if that tradition is ran stale or it's going to run to a ground quick.
All right, y'all, real quick, man. The man of the hour is here, man. Let's give him a round of applause, man. Welcome to the preseason properly, man. because I damn sure got a couple questions just right off the top of my head, man. That we don't have to unpack. You know, again, man, you become known as like the face of this Passport Bros movement. Even though I know you're on record saying that you never wanted that, you never claimed that. But fact is, you are. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I want to get your ideology as to why you feel so strongly about, you know what, hey man, I'm about to get up out the States, because you from Texas and that's my state. And I already know the multitude of women that are out here. So for you to be out here, experience that and say, you know what, this shit ain't gonna work, I'm about to leave the entire country. What's the thought process behind that, bro?
I just kept running into a bunch of bullshit, I'm gonna say that. And I went to Brazil and I have not talked to anybody since I got back. And now I'm not in the United States anymore because it's really that bad.
So I'm gonna stop it right here. You know, I'm gonna agree with Austin on this, because for me, it was roughly about 7 years ago, I'd say, when I finally started traveling, and just traveling, just, you know, on my own, being, you know, the solo traveler, meeting people and so forth. And when I first started dating outside the United States, yo, it changed my mind. For me, I've never went back to the United States to start dating. And there's several reasons for that, you know, because of the quality that you're dealing with. I know that he's going to go a little bit more further into that, but for me, it was just the fact that when I was dating in the States, the quality from making myself a better person, you know, making a certain type of money, basically I couldn't really find something that was well worth it. So once I went overseas, I felt that, hey, you know, it was well worth me investing in what was overseas than what is here, you know, what was in the States.
I mean, where is it that good at?
You ever been to Houston?
No, I was in Dallas.
Okay, we'll see that. What?
So I gotta stop it. I hate when they do that, when they're like, well, you know, I know this city, and I know that, hey, you know what, you could have find something nice here in this city that I'm living in, you know. And a lot of times this is coming from dudes who have been, you know, in a relationship for a long time, that has found someone. Well, they don't understand the climate of how the relationship dynamics have turned it or morphed into at this state. Now it is crazy, especially once you get up in age, over the age of 30. It's even worse, because a lot of the women, they have baggage, and it just, and I mean baggage like either from kids or even trauma, you know. And it's like they don't want to face the fact that they have trauma, so they'll just go from relationship to relationship and don't deal with that trauma, and they will put that trauma onto whatever other person that they're dealing with, the next person that is.
Yeah,
Dallas got them too, though.
Yeah.
One of my best friends lives in Dallas.
My girl from Dallas.
All that.
Can I ask
North Carolina.
South Carolina.
I like that they're throwing out those states and so forth for him to travel to. So here's the thing. There's two things I laugh at this. Number one, you know, they love to say, oh, how about you go to another state? Okay, so what is the difference to going to another country? If he's going to have to travel to another state, he could go to another country. It doesn't matter. Matter of fact, if he's in Texas, Mexico is closer to him going to South Carolina or North Carolina. So that doesn't make any sense to even say, hey, let's go to the Carolinas. Why? Mexico is right there. He could just cross the border, you know, or you know, he could take the same flight. How long the flight is going to take for him to go to South Carolina or even New York? He could go down to Colombia. He could go down to any other, you know, Guatemala, whatever. He could go down to the Dominican Republic. So, you know, it doesn't really make any sense that they say that. And then number two, the one other fact that I don't like about them saying that is that most women in the States will tell you that they do not want to have a long distance relationship. You know, if you're not within a certain miles or radius distance, they don't want to deal with you. So for them to say that, it's kind of disingenuous for them to say that stuff, because they know most women don't want these long distance relationships, especially state to state. You know, it's pretty hard to have that, and they don't have the patience to deal with that. So with them to shout that out, it didn't make any sense.
I have a question. If you had one chance in the U.S. to find like a good-looking woman that is submissive and traditional, would you take it in the U.S.?
No. No.
Now,
I won't ever be back.
You met someone outside?
And I agree with him. I wouldn't do it neither, because here's the thing. You know, for me, I've dated for a long time in the States, for at least 15 years. And thing about it is that in the States, like women, when you first start dating, the first 3 years, they show you one type of look of a person. After the 3-year mark, that's when they start to change. That's when they start to tell you, you know, F you, I'm not doing this, or I'm not dealing with this. And it's like they stop doing what they originally started doing, and then they start letting themselves go. You know, they start getting fatter. You know, so it's like you have all of these things that's going on. See, for me, I love Colombia. I love Colombian women because they love to keep themselves up. You know, they continue doing what they do as far as taking care of a man and so forth. So for me, when I first started dating in Colombia, I was like blown away because these women, they want to keep themselves in order for you and also for them. In the States, we know that women say that, you know, don't do it for another person, do it for you. And a lot of times they don't even want to do it for themselves.
Outside of the United States, submissive, traditional, and good looking?
Yeah, but I got content to make right now, so.
Okay, so you don't want to get married because you met
a
marriage material and you didn't marry that person.
I'm 23.
Okay.
Well, I didn't find a lot of material. They wouldn't marriage material. They wouldn't shit, actually. That's why I keep saying that.
Well, then, what was the most, I don't know, I guess, fucked up thing about them? Then, like, if you had just narrowed it down to something specific.
And not feminine at all. They like to argue. They call you bro. I'm not your fucking bro.
And that's the truth. You know what? A lot of times, especially you know, in the dating realm right now, you know, there's this thing that they don't want women to be feminine, and that's like the most important thing. That's what draws in any man. What women don't understand, that femininity will make any man melt. He will do anything he can for that woman as long as she's extremely feminine. Like, he will try to open doors. He will do whatever he can because of that aura, that aura that is coming from that woman. It makes him do anything, everything for her. And then not being cooperative is like, you know, after working, especially for me in my field, I work like 9 hours a day or even sometimes 10, depending on what's going on. Last thing I want to do is come home and to be with a compatible person.
I am not your bro. There's some shit my homeboys call me.
I always question that. Why do they call them bros?
Well, I mean, especially being in Dallas, bro is slang down there, so they gonna throw that around, just not even in a disrespectful way. That's just how they talk. But I mean, I could definitely see the point there. But again, I just got confusion with it being so many women in this state, and you saying that you couldn't find one that was feminine and cooperative, and not, you know, again, calling you bro, being super masculine, trying to argue. Because I'm gonna be honest, man, I know a lot of women right off the top of my head who are just not like that, and I think a lot of times the like loud minority kind of skews people's mindsets.
I had to stop it right here because yourself. You know what? He's over here sipping for these women because here's the thing. To even say that, I mean, like, you can't just find one. You know, there's so many women out here. He doesn't understand the fact of culture. You know, the American culture doesn't tell women to be feminine, doesn't tell women to be housewives, doesn't tell women to be a woman. It tells them to be like a man. You know, so if there were, it just using that is just crazy. I hate whenever a lot of people, that's their talking point. They want to say, you know, you can't find something here. And a lot of times they use that to try to make it seem like as if like you're some type of lame dude and you can't, you know, pull a woman. You know, and the thing about it is like, look, you could pull a woman here in the States. That's easy. The issue is the quality type of woman that you're looking for. You know, you want looking for a woman that isn't overweight. That's number one. You're looking for a woman that isn't combative. Number two, that's actually cooperative and that's willing to be on your program. You know, a lot of times these women don't want to be on your program. They want to be on their own program and they want to run it, everything. But then when things fall apart, it's your fault. They say, why you not man enough? Why you didn't step up as a man? But it's like every time I step up, we're fighting. You know, so it doesn't make any sense. So that's the issue. So just to say that, I hate that argument.
Yeah, I don't know your experience per se, but you are pretty young. But like throughout your entire time here, you're saying that you never found one that was feminine, cooperative, looked good, and who was ready, who was willing to ride with you. Not one.
So running into masculine women that don't treat you right, what would you say that does to your mind state?
For me, it would make me want to adjust.
Wait, he didn't answer the question. I wanted to get the answer.
I'm about to get an answer. So when you run into a masculine woman that doesn't treat you right, what does that do to your mind state?
Keep it pushing.
That's not the woman for me.
Move on to the next.
Well, I'm not asking what is your response. What is that? How does that make you feel in the moment?
You don't like
Reject
it. You go
it.
find something that you do like.
Rejection.
So what I'm hearing is fuck your life up a little bit longer, then become a passport bro.
Fuck your life up?
Nope.
You're 23 and you need to go ahead and knock somebody up and get put on child support.
So make sure you.
So he was spitting facts. Though I hate that they cut that off because it seems like he was about to go in, and somehow they cut that whole situation off. But you know, he was stating the truth. It was like, so you want him to go through, get all these battle scars before he could graduate to go overseas. You know, and thinking about it with these brothers is that I'm glad that the younger youth is waking up, seeing this a lot sooner than others. For me, I didn't start doing this until I was like 32, I would say, roughly around that time, about the 32, 30 or whatever. So, and I was glad that he started in his 20s and able to see what's going on, the whole scheme of things with relationships in the United States, and he's able to, you know, pivot to overseas and have a better experience. You know, so I like the fact that at least he stated that, hey, look, you know, these are the reasons, these are the facts. Too bad that we couldn't listen to it, all of it, but nonetheless, it is what it is.
Be careful. Be very careful, because you seem like you're living your life and you're enjoying yourself, but be careful.
Just one other question.
Oh yeah, I know now.
In these other countries with these women that you've dated, have you dated a woman that didn't need you to, or ask you to, or require you to, like, do anything for her? Like, she just rock with you and just pulled up and rock with you?
I like when they ask this question too, because they're trying to figure out to see if all these women are just poor and they don't have a job and they don't do anything. You know, that was the reason for this question. And we know that there's tons of women over, you know, in different countries that have decent paying positions. And even I have experience when I went to even Costa Rica. I actually met a woman, real cool, down to earth, great woman. I enjoyed my time with her and everything, but she wouldn't even let me pay for anything. You know, so it's like, it's situations like that. You know, these women, they have jobs, they do stuff, you know what I mean? So a lot of times they try to paint these women overseas as if like all of them have no job, all of them is just doing nothing, you know what I mean? Which is, you know, far from the truth.
Like financially?
Yeah, like she didn't need you to, like she didn't ask you or need you to buy her anything or do anything for her.
100% of the time.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the whole video, about 6 minutes worth. And, you know, a lot of times these panels with you know, these people who are fighting, going up against men that are traveling, and I hate to say the word passport bros or even blue book gentlemen, or just men who are just traveling in general. And these are a lot of their talking points that they love to throw out there. And it's like, you know, it's kind of a way of trying to shame you, but trying to not shame you directly. So they try to pose these different type of questions just to see, you know, how you're going to react to it, so they can say, oh, I got you, you know, oh, all the women over there, they're poor, oh, you know, you over there just tricking off, you're not looking for, you know, a wife or anything, so you shouldn't even be over there. You know, it's like, wait a minute, you know, even let's say, for example, if he's not looking for a wife, if someone's not looking for that, what's the point? I mean, can they travel? Can they see what's going on in different cultures? I mean, there was times when I was just out going to different countries just to see the culture, just to experience it, just to enjoy myself. You know, I've been a traveler. I've been doing this for a very long time, since the age of 6. You know, first started traveling with the family before I started doing it on my own. So for me, whenever I go to a different country, I'm trying to, you know, experience the culture. I'm trying to see what's good out there. I'm trying to meet with people and see what it is with the local life. You know, so a lot of time, you know, I hate how they use, you know, these talking points and try to make it seem like every guy is just, you know, just looking for something bad. But hey, it is what it is. Well, that's your boy, the Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks again for checking out this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'm out.